British soldier has been found guilty of shooting dead a man in Northern Ireland 34 years ago as he travelled to a football match. David Holden, who's now 53, was convicted of manslaughter for opening fire on Aidan McAnespie with a machine gun at a border crossing point. He's the first veteran to be convicted of an historical offence in Northern Ireland since the Good Friday Agreement. Our Ireland correspondent Emma Vardy reports.
Former soldier David Holden, seen here in the face mask, was 18 at the time of the shooting. He'd been serving with the Grenadier Guards, while the British Army was deployed in Northern Ireland during the Troubles, manning an army checkpoint along the Irish border. Aidan McAnespie was believed by the army to be an IRA suspect at the time, the paramilitary group that had been waging a campaign of violence. As he crossed the border on foot, Aidan McAnespie was killed by a gunshot wound to the back. David Holden claimed his hands were wet and always said he fired his machine gun accidentally. But after a long campaign by Aidan McAnespie's family, today a judge found the former soldier guilty of manslaughter.
We waited 34 years. I never thought we would have got it.
As a family and local community from that area, we did not believe the version of events that David Holden or the British government put out at the time of Aidan's shooting. Yes, Aidan McAnespie was shot 34 years ago, or more than 34 years ago. The argument is always that the passage of time will leave it almost impossible to get to the truth. This ruling today actually blows that out of the water and says it is possible for other families, and we would encourage, and everyone here would encourage, other families, do not give up hope.
There's still around 1,000 unsolved killings from the Troubles, but this could be the last time an army veteran faces charges. In future, there may be immunity from prosecution for former soldiers and paramilitaries for decades-old killings, as the government is bringing forward legislation which aims to draw a line under the conflict, instead focusing on gathering information for victims' families. But an amnesty on Troubles prosecutions is opposed by victims' groups, and David Holden's conviction will be seen as vindication by many other families who say they too deserve justice. Emma Vardy, BBC News, Belfast.